Final whistle at Rugby Park. There's Simon Donnelly of Celtic heading off, and there's Drago Lekovic, unbeaten in the Kilmarnock goal this afternoon. 0-0 the final score at Rugby Park. Kilmarnock keep their good run going. That's 2 wins and 2 draws for them in their last 4 games, but that's a disappointing result for the Celtic supporters after losing to Paris Saint-Germain on Thursday night, and one wonders how much the exertions of that game and getting back from it played on today's results. Kilmarnock 0, Celtic 0, final score East 5. So that's the classified results and the pools news. Our match of the day today was at Rugby Park. Kilmarnock on a form revival against Celtic, not long back from Paris in their 1-0 defeat on Thursday night in the European Cup Winners' Cup. Let's get the story of the match from Jock Brown.
Well, a fiercely competitive match here at Rugby Park right from the start. The game taken over initially by Kilmarnock, who took advantage of a very lethargic start from Celtic after their labours in Paris on Thursday night. Then, at a vital moment in the match, Gordon Marshall brought up a magnificent save from Paul Wright just about half an hour into the game. Had Kilmarnock scored then, it might have been all so different. But from that point on, Celtic took over. They dominated the entire second half, and they were defied by a magnificent spell of goalkeeping by Drago Lekovic. He has his critics, but this afternoon he must surely have confounded them all. His best save of all came when Simon Donnelly was left clear through one-on-one, and he brought off a magnificent save diving to his left. But he had a series of excellent saves. Celtic, who were led brilliantly in the second half by Paul McKee, who came on after about 10 minutes of that second half from the bench, and they looked a very impressive side indeed. I bet they can't believe they couldn't find the net. So Kilmarnock hung on in the end to snatch a draw thanks to Lekovic.
So that's 2 wins and 2 draws in their last 4 games, and Kilmarnock a lot happier place to be these days. So no goals at Rugby Park, and a 6-point lead over Celtic, who, as we've heard, drew 0-0 with Kilmarnock at Rugby Park. Further 2 sports team match of the day today was Kilmarnock 0, Celtic 0 at Rugby Park. Let's hear from the Kilmarnock manager, Alec Totten, who's speaking with Jock.
Alec, a very hard-fought match. What are your overall impressions?
Well, you want to win your home games, obviously, Jock. We did the last time against Hearts here, but Celtic's a fine side. The movement off the ball is very good, but I felt the first half that we played very well. We were a bit unlucky with a couple of good shots at goals. The second half, I've got to say, belonged to Celtic. I thought their movement was good and they played very well the second half.
Did you expect them to be slow at the beginning after their trip to Paris in midweek?
Oh, I've watched Celtic this season already, and I think they're a very fit side. Tommy's got them playing good football, they're very sharp. A lot of good players there, but Kilmarnock's a lot of good players as well. And I say the first half especially, I was very pleased with the play. I felt we got penetration, we got good balls in the box. Paul Wright was very unlucky, had a tremendous shot and a great save with Gordon Marshall. We could have been 1-up at that particular time.
The game did appear to turn quite markedly in the second half. What do you think was the main element in making that happen?
Well, I say you've got to give credit to Celtic. Celtic kept possession very well. I felt when we got the ball, we gave it away. And against teams such as Celtic, you can't afford to do that. And that was a big problem. But I say give them credit the second half. Celtic, I thought they played very well.
At the end, were you quite happy to get away with a point?
Well, the way they were coming on top of their goals, Jock, yes. But I say lately we've been playing very well. What's pleased me most of all is that's 2 games in the trot we haven't conceded a goal. Whereas earlier in the season we were losing a lot of goals, so I was happy about that aspect.
I know you've kept up with events elsewhere this afternoon. How do you feel now about Kilmarnock's position in the light of what's happened elsewhere?
Well, I said before, Kilmarnock were a fine side last season. They played a lot of good football, some good performances, some good results. So I knew we'd come with a lot of good players here. So it's a case of everyone just sticking together and a bit of continuity. I'm sure we'll do very well this season.
I reckon the month of October now undefeated. Does that mean that confidence has now changed?
Yeah, a lot of confidence about the place now, and that was the most important thing. The fans have been magnificent. They've supported us throughout, and they deserve great credit too.
Well done today, Alec. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Jock.
Strong candidate for manager of the month at this early stage must be Alec Totten of Kilmarnock after that 0-0 draw, and a good run of form for Kilmarnock. The results are Hello, Celtic's European travels didn't end till touchdown at Glasgow Airport at 5 o'clock yesterday morning. Were they jet-lagged at Rugby Park today? Highlights of Kilmarnock Celtic coming up, plus English Premiership action. And hear the views later of Derek Johnston and Billy McNeill. Paul Wright hasn't been able to do much right for the Killie fans this season. Might have been a case of forgive and forget if this one had gone in. Kilmarnock lost their first 5 league games. They took 7 points from the next 3, so it was a team growing in confidence that Celtic faced at Rugby Park this afternoon. Peter Grant and his men would never use travel fatigue as an excuse, but they weren't long back after losing 1-0 to Paris Saint-Germain. The home team reckoned their revival should continue. Highlights with Jock Brown.
The major omission from that Kilmarnock team is Ali Mitchell, who is suspended after being ordered off against Falkirk last week. Billy Findlay, who was involved in a swap last season which took Andy Millen to Hibs, is the deputy. Kilmarnock will expect him to build from midfield and help Connor, Skilling and McKee provide the supply for Paul Wright and Tom Brown, with attacking fullbacks in MacPherson and Black and Whitworth and Anderson in central defence. Celtic freshen up the side which did so well in Paris on Thursday. Paul McStay is kept on the bench as a precaution after his injury problems. Phil O'Donnell is out and Rudy Vata is replaced by Jackie McNamara, who wasn't eligible for Europe. The centre of midfield will be occupied by Peter Grant and John Collins, with Simon Donnelly and Brian McLaughlin on the flanks. Kilmarnock received a boost when Tom Brown was past fit after a test on a damaged knee. He made a huge stride forward in career terms when he scored the winning goal for Scotland B against Sweden in Stockholm 11 days ago. Simon Donnelly has been a revelation this season in his new position wide on the right-hand side of a 4-man midfield. He appeared to have lost some momentum in his career as a striker last season, but at the age of 20, he's a player with a big future. And the referee this afternoon, in his 6th season as a Grade 1 official, Mr. Martin Clark from Edinburgh. Kilmarnock undefeated in October, kick off in their very natty chain strip to avoid any possible colour clashes. Simon Donnelly backtracking fast for Celtic, who in turn are defending a 100% away league record. They've won 4 matches out of 4 so far in the league away from Celtic Park. But Kilmarnock playing with renewed confidence after their dreadful start to the season. They've now won 2 in a row after a draw against Partick Thistle stopped the rot created by 4 straight defeats at the start of the league season. Very tough task this for Celtic, coming back so quickly from Paris, playing there Thursday night, delayed coming home, getting back to Glasgow at 5 o'clock on Friday morning. John Hughes made that mistake with the pass. So possession back with Kilmarnock, who will undoubtedly look for a fast start, I think, to take advantage of any lethargy which may be in the Celtic ranks. McKinley's headed clearance. McKee to Whitworth. Great play by Whitworth. The Manchester United connection almost paid off there for Kilmarnock. Kevin McKee set that up for his partner Neil Whitworth, who joined him from Manchester United at Kilmarnock last season. Now in Hoydonk's layoff, here's McNamara. Hustled there by Brown. Back now with John Collins. McKinley outside him. McLaughlin available on the touchline. Good running by McLaughlin. Halted brilliantly though by Gus MacPherson. Timed that tackle very well indeed. This is Collins. Tom's return pass. Collins testing Lekovic. Very good effort that by John Collins. I don't think he's shaved since Paris on Thursday. There's the shot, which is just too straight, but very powerful. Boyd doing well, withstanding a challenge by Tom Brown. That's Skilling, turning away from McLaughlin. Findlay back there to Connor on the far side is McKee. On the break of the ball. Taken away by Hughes, who felt that all right. MacPherson. Careless one by Connor, cut up well by McNamara. Now Tom can use his pace on the flank. And Hoydonk waits in the middle. Tom making for the byline. Well claimed by Lekovic. Good judgment shown there by the big keeper.
But Andreas Thom doing well to pull that back. The keeper anticipated that extremely well. Here's Brown. Anderson. Back with Findlay. Here's Paul Wright. Great save by Marshall. Brilliant goalkeeping, frustrating Paul Wright. Well, no doubt at all about this, but a top-class save. Beautifully set up by Kilmarnock. Look at the way Paul Wright turned on this, hit it with the left foot. Marshall at full stretch, sharply to his left. A very incisive pass there to Paul Wright. His control was excellent. The left foot shot looked good enough to find the net until Marshall made the save. McLaughlin. Collins. Given no peace there in the middle of the field by Anderson, in by Connor. That's Findlay. Beyond Boyd for Brown. Across comes Hughes. Very unlucky that for Brown. Trying to pick out Paul Wright with the first time pass. Came off the heel of John Hughes. Good break by Brown in behind Boyd. Right towards McKee. Only Brown in the box at the moment for Kilmarnock. Others arriving later. Here's Billy Findlay. Worth the first time effort. Came off McKinley. Well, the high ball coming across here. Billy Findlay looking to take his first time in the volley. Difficult chance, and it came back off McKinley. That's MacPherson. MacPherson plays it in early. Hughes with a headed clearance straight to Skilling. Well, he stacks to the shot. Yeah, a little more time, I think, than he realised for that. Could have set himself better, I think. Looking for his first goal of the season. Here's Josh McKinley, still struggling a bit with that left knee injury. Now Thom. Cut off by Anderson. So John Collins with the outswinger. McKinley. MacPherson's clearance. Advantage applied there. I think it would have been a free kick against Tom Brown otherwise. Here's Van Hooijdonk. Great save by Lekovic. The keeper stood up brilliantly to that. Volley saved well by Lekovic. Well cushioned by McKinley. Now Collins. This is Thom. Crucial time in the match. Just a couple of minutes remaining in the first half. Thom to Van Hooijdonk. Good interception there by Black, but asking a lot of his goalkeeper. Cross reaches McLaughlin. From McNamara, this is McKinley overlapping well again. Once again, Lekovic using his height and physique to come and meet that. Alec Toth unhappy, I'm sure, here by the fact that his team had been pegged back a little the last few minutes in defence, having dominated for the bulk of the first half. Oh, the referee brings a fiercely competitive first half to an end. The fact that there are no goals as yet is because of heroics in goal. Gordon Marshall pulling off the best save of the first half from Paul Wright. And Drago Lekovic also providing an excellent stop from Pierre Van Hooijdonk. At half-time, it's Kilmarnock 0, Celtic 0. Well, Celtic get it underway in the second half, and it's to be hoped perhaps that some of these tempers cool down a bit during the interval. Things heating up a bit towards half-time. And referee Clark was at full stretch to keep things under control. Here's McNamara breaking on the right. Good play from Celtic. Very well played by Lekovic. The big keeper has performed extremely well in the match so far. He's had his critics, but he could be complimented for this one. Breezy ball, well held. Collins once again. Played in there by McKinley, and Hoydonk attacks the ball. But again, he attacks it without real conviction. There was no real power in that header at all. Certainly gets to the ball pretty well by Hoydonk here, but once again, there's no real power. There's activity now on the bench for Celtic. Paul McStay coming on. He'll replace Brian McLaughlin, who's had a very thin time of it this afternoon. So Paul McStay simply being looked after this afternoon after his efforts in the Parc des Princes on Thursday night after his injury problems. Spared until this moment. Warmly welcomed by the Celtic supporters. So the club captain comes on with instructions for Tom. Now the interesting alteration there has been to put Donnelly straight through the middle alongside Van Hooijdonk. Andreas Tom, I think, is going to play just off them, with McStay, Grant and Collins in midfield. Van Hooijdonk back towards Collins. And Collins appear to be held by Black. The referee saw nothing amiss, nor did the linesman. He's making it clear to the referee he saw nothing wrong with that. But that might well have been a life for Kilmarnock there. John Collins appeared to be pinned down there inside the box by Tom Black. We'll see this again here. Black was there, now there's Collins surely held back. It appeared to be. No penalty given. Chance on here for Donnelly to make it 1-0. He's held back. His jersey was held. There's trouble here for Tom Black. Or was it Derek Anderson who held the jersey? Referee Martin Clark taking action here. Derek Anderson to the cross. It could be a red card this. It was a last man offence. So Derek Anderson is the player in trouble here. And watch the colour of card, it could be red. Yellow it is. Well, a relief I've no doubt for Derek Anderson and for Kilmarnock. Well, the jersey being held there. Now Donnelly was clear through and goal. He must have taken the view, the referee, that Tom Black was able to make a challenge. That's what saved Anderson, I think. Now, great chance here for Celtic. John Collins has been so deadly this season from free kicks. Van Hooijdonk looks for the chance also. It's a better angle for him. Well, he got it past the wall, but Lekovic looks the calmest man on the field. His positioning was good enough to make that look easy. Well enough struck by Van Hooijdonk. Came off Boyd. Nothing McKinley could do about that. Well, Kilmarnock have certainly lost their way in the second half as an attacking force. Celtic more and more into the match now. Normally very fast starters, but that perhaps not so likely after their labours on Thursday evening. Here's Donnelly now to McNamara. Celtic warming to the task here. Good block by Black. This is McKee. MacPherson breaking on the right hand side. Skilling trying to use him, and the pass isn't good enough. Forward, this is Tom. Van Hooijdonk and Donnelly to his left, now to his right. Possession retained well, this is McKinley. Connor's header. Collected by Collins. Holding off Brown. Tom. Collins again. Fouled by Findlay. Free kick again to Celtic. No argument here either, I reckon. Here was Collins. There was a foul by Findlay, right in front of the referee's eyes. Referee's now satisfied. Another great save from Lekovic. Superb free kick from Collins. The big keeper's having a day out, all right. From this angle, you'll see how well he gets across. His positioning was good initially. Well, John Collins denied by excellent goalkeeping there. McKee. Donnelly's header. And Holt to McStay. Back it goes to Collins. Carefully watched by Lekovic, who had it covered, I think. Frustration again for John Collins. Good build-up play again, this Paul McStay at the heart of it all. He's played very well since coming on. The layoff allowing Collins that chance to shoot for goal. McStay. Van Holt. McStay again. That's for Donnelly. Tom. Very well tackled by Whitworth. Findlay playing it forward hopefully. That's the way the game has changed in the second half. In the first half, Kilmarnock seemed to be making more precise, shorter passes, keeping the ball. Whereas in this half, they're going for the long, hopeful balls to the front two, which really are cutting no ice. Alec Totten, I think, will be very concerned about that. 20 minutes of the match remaining, still no goals. Stay to Grant. Now Collins. Stay surveys the scene. Collins keeping the ball well. Donnelly with Van Holt. Donnelly! And once again is Lekovic to Kilmarnock's rescue. It was brilliant play by Celtic, but what a save in the end by the big keeper. And Kilmarnock trying to counter-attack here with McKee. Couldn't keep that in play. It's a throw to Celtic, but this was wonderful play. Collins, Donnelly, Van Holt. Donnelly clean through. The keeper stood up well and made a superb block. Simon Donnelly, the best chance of the match so far. Here's McKee. Now it's Anderson breaking. Grant wins it comfortably. Here's Tom. Now Donnelly again. Tackled well by MacPherson. This is Connor. Oh, the pace of anything increasing. It's quite remarkable, this. McKee looking for Brown. And Marshall kept his eye firmly on the ball to make the save. McStay breaking for Celtic. On the far side is Collins. Now Tom. McNamara. And Gus MacPherson taking no chances at all. Not under severe pressure there because it was Simon Donnelly who was a couple of yards away. So Simon Donnelly now will take this in-swinger. Tom get a touch. Well taken again by Lekovic. He came in at the far side after the head flick on from the corner. The initial ball was helped on there by John Hughes, and there was Tom. Good catch again by Lekovic. Skilling in trouble. Collins takes over. These are tense moments. Josh McKinley trying to take on MacPherson for pace, but that's not on in that position. The best Celtic gets a throw in. Walker down to Paul McStay, and a good effort there. Well, Lekovic didn't even bother to lift a hand for that. He made up his mind instantly it was over the top. You see that here. Good lay off of the chest by Walker, taken well by Paul McStay, and Lekovic was completely confident. McStay looking for Walker. And Celtic build another attack in time. Played in short. Cross comes Donnelly. Anderson was quick. That's Walker. Well held by Lekovic. That just about sums up his afternoon. Secure, safe handling after some excellent positioning. It's a good effort this from Andy Walker, right at the death. Bouncing just in front of the keeper, it made no difference. Lekovic lashing the ball upfield, and referee Martin Clark brings the match to an end. Kilmarnock really have survived to earn a point. Simon Donnelly will be very upset indeed about passing up the best chance of the match. It came 26 minutes into the second half, and he was denied by Dragoljub Lekovic, who had an outstanding match in goal for Kilmarnock, confounding any remaining critics he had, and he's the man who stood between Kilmarnock and defeat for sure in the second half, dominated by Celtic. The final score is Kilmarnock 0, Celtic 0.
Celtic's a fine side. The movement off the ball is very good, but I felt the first half that we played very well. We got unlucky with a couple of good shots at goals. The second half, I've got to say, belonged to Celtic. I thought their movement was good and they played very well the second half.
Did you expect them to be slow at the beginning after their trip to Paris in midweek?
Oh, I've watched Celtic this season already, and I think they're a very fit side. Tommy's got them playing good football, they're very sharp, a lot of good players there, but Kilmarnock's a lot of good players as well. And I say the first half especially, I was very pleased with the play. I felt we got penetration, we got good balls in the box. Paul Wright was very unlucky, had a tremendous shot and a great save with Gordon Marshall. We could have been 1-up at that particular time.
The game did appear to turn quite markedly in the second half. What do you think was the main element in making that happen?
Well, I say you've got to give credit to Celtic. Celtic kept possession very well. I felt when we got the ball, we gave it away. And against teams such as Celtic, you can't afford to do that. And that was a big problem. But I say, give them credit the second half. Celtic, I thought they played very well.
At the end, were you quite happy to get away with a point?
Well, the way they were coming on top of their goals, Jock, yes. But I say lately we've been playing very well. What's pleased me most of all is that's 2 games in the trot, we haven't conceded a goal. Whereas earlier in the season we were losing a lot of goals, so I was happy about that aspect.
Tommy, after some very tough work on Thursday night in Paris, how did you feel about the team's performance today?
Well, I think, obviously coming to Kilmarnock, it's a difficult fixture. I feel that looking at the performance, I felt the first half it was pretty even, very evenly contested. But I felt second half we've totally dominated the game, playing a lot of good stuff. We've made good chances and we've missed them, and that's a disappointing thing. But as I say, the players haven't had the best preparation for this game. But I don't think it was shown today in the way they went about their business. I thought that their performance overall was very, very good.
Is there some concern on your part though, Tommy? You played so well in the second half particularly today without getting any reward for that. You're drawing matches which really you should be winning.
Yeah, I think that's right, but I think that's been the case for a long time here. But for a long time here they were drawing games and no playing well in the games either. And I think I've got to be looking at the thing and trying first of all to get a team that's playing attractive football. And I think, to be fair to the players, they're doing that more and more each week. They're certainly going about the way we want them to do it. But we're well aware that there's other positions that we need to strengthen. We possibly need another striker up front to give Pierre a hand and Andreas a hand.
That attractive team performance was altered when you brought in Paul McStay. Tactically, you made a wee change or two, which made a difference. Simon Donnelly, particularly going through the middle. What was the thinking behind these changes?
We've got 2 front players, and one of them, well, both of them actually like to come in and take the ball to feet. And we felt that Donnelly would give us the option of running in behind them. And it would also give us the option in the middle of the park of more passes and more targets to hit up front, as opposed to Andreas Tom, who basically plays round about the front end of the park, drifts wide into wide areas without actually being able to pass the ball through him. So basically Van Hooydonk's the main target guy there, and we felt we just wanted more than one target. And I think once we'd done that, Donnelly made some smashing runs, and there was a lot more passes for the midfield players to play. And I think that was proved in the way they dominated the game.
Let's hear from Derek and Billy. Derek first. How badly does Celtic need a striker?
I think Tommy knows he needs a striker that's going to score him 20, 25 goals a season, but that's easier said than done. Where do you get him for a start? Is he available, and do you have enough money to pay for him? That's what every team needs, somebody who's going to score you that 25, 30, and Celtic certainly don't have that at this moment in time.
A bit further back, Celtic looked a better team when Paul McStay came on.
They did. I think when they got an extra man into midfield, they dominated them. I mean, Kilmarnock just couldn't get out of their own half, and he made the passes. He looked hungry, he looked eager, as if to say to the manager, why didn't you play me from the start. And he had a dig near the end there, it just went over the bar, but he certainly made a big difference.
Billy, you were at the Kilmarnock Celtic game. Alec Totten was pleased, he said, with the first half, not so pleased with the second half. How did you see Kilmarnock?
Well, just exactly that. He was very entitled to be pleased at half-time because they worked hard, they matched Celtic in most things, they looked competitive, they made a chance or two. The second half, I think Celtic lifted their pace and Kilmarnock really never could live with it after that, and they rode their luck a bit in the second half, and they had to thank the goalkeeper for the point at the end of the day.
Talking about riding their luck, Derek, I think they were a bit lucky not to have a penalty given against them for this.
Well, referees again, I mean, they're always involved every week with decisions, aren't they? And to me, I think he got this one wrong again. I mean, John Collins just runs at defenders. They don't like that. Looks for the little 1-2. In the end, it's a bit messy. He gets through, but I mean, there's two players actually held him. I mean, Skilling and Tom Black, both of them dragged him to the ground. I mean, I just cannot believe. The referee was only about 10, 15 yards away, and how he didn't see that, I'll never know. What do you think, Bill?
It's as blatant a penalty kick as I've seen in a long time. I mean, the two players clearly impede him and pull him back, and it's astonishing just to think that the referee let it go on.
Celtic, Billy, I think were entitled to be a bit demoralised by that decision going against them. And then, just not long afterwards, there was a situation in which surely Derek Anderson should have been sent off for this.
Well, I think he'll have thought that Christmas came early. It's a good pass, I think. A touch there, but Simon Donnelly makes a great run, wrong side of the defender, but will clear the pull back, and Derek Anderson, I'm sure he'll consider himself very lucky.
I mean, he's denied the shooting opportunity there, and really I don't think Tom Black would have got near him there. It looked as if he would have closed him down, but he had so much pace going forward, he was held back. To me, I mean, I don't like getting players sent off, but that, really, if you're going by the rules, he should have been sent off for that.
Billy, it was a good run there by Simon Donnelly. Do you prefer him up front or in the supporting role from midfield?
Well, I think Tommy's having difficulty with this aspect of not scoring. He's not satisfied with the goal ratio he's getting, and I think he needs someone with pace who's prepared to run in behind defenders. Just that type of run. We haven't seen an awful lot of that from him this season, and I think that just typified what Tommy was saying, really.
Derek, Kilmarnock did have some moments in the first half. Let's have a look at a couple of them.
There weren't many clear-cut chances in the game. This is probably the best that Kilmarnock could offer. It's good play on the left by Kevin McKee. He does well to pick out Findlay at the back post, and it's one of them volleys that you dream about. In training here, I probably put that in the top corner, but he mishit that one. But the good thing is, there were men in the box, Billy, just in case he did slice it a little bit.
Well, that's right. I mean, I think he's entitled to have a dig there. And if you see two men in the box here, the ball can end up anywhere. In fairness to Tosh McKinley, closed them down as well as he could and eventually blocked the shot.
Yeah. This was Kilmarnock's best move of the match, though. I mean, a lot of good passing here, and in the box, I mean, Wright does well. As soon as it comes to him, he turns there on a sixpence, and with the left foot is a great shot. But for me, I'm wondering, why is it Pierre Van Hooijdonk is the last man there and has got the challenge? I think Tommy Burns will be worried about that.
Yeah, so it is a good move from Kilmarnock. There was a good spell in the game for them, and lovely piece of skill inside the box there, and all credit to the goalkeeper, but down to make a great save.
Billy, Alec Totten, like many Premier managers, hasn't got the money at the moment to freshen up his team. Do Kilmarnock look like a team who need freshened?
I think so. You know, I think they've got a lot of players there who have been very good servants to them, but it may be just be time for him to introduce a few new faces, just to liven them up, just to freshen them up. But as I say, the first half was excellent, very good, he'd be pleased with that. But the second half, really, they disappeared from the game altogether.
He certainly can't have any complaints about Lekovic. Some tremendous saves. He was man of the match.
Yeah, he played very well in the game. I mean, this is a terrific save. Just before half-time, Van Hooijdonk gets onto it very early, but the goalkeeper stands up, makes the save look easy in actual fact.
Such a big goalkeeper. I was disappointed here in John Collins. He normally hits it over the wall on the opposite side. Lekovic was at that side. It was a good save, but had he let that ball in, I think he'd have been disappointed. This is Celtic's best move of the match. Some nice stuff, and look at the defenders at our back. They still managed young Simon Donnelly, a lovely 1-2. And for me, he should have burst the net there. He tried to be too careful and side foot the ball, and keeper did well saving it, but for me, it's the head down and just blast that one into the net.
And just quickly, Tommy Burns has been saying he's happy with the way Celtic are playing. Do you think beneath the surface he's less than happy about the lack of cutting edge, Billy?
Oh, undoubtedly. I think he knows that he needs a better produce up front, and I think that's what he'll be striving to achieve.
OK, Derek and Billy, thanks a lot. That draw for Celtic means Rangers stretched their lead at the top of the Premier Division. They lost 4-1 to Juventus on Wednesday and won by the same scoreline against Hearts at Ibrox today. A good picture inside Scotland on Sunday of that alleged penalty not given by Martin Clark. We showed you the pictures earlier on, and that tends to confirm Kilmarnock were a bit lucky, I think. Now, coming up in the next few days, rugby special tomorrow. And from all of us involved in the programme, it's good night.